All right, everybody, welcome in and happy release of Stormgate. This will be my first cast with the new release version on the NECROLYTE patch, where we have some updates to the game, and we're going to have a fun little best of three series here, played out by a couple of the best Stormgate players in early access. Let me introduce them. Starting out here in the blue, playing the Vanguard faction for us, this is Grimmy. If you like Grimmy, you like the style of his play, go check him out on Twitch. He might be still in the middle of his 24-hour cast as we speak. Okay. His opponent, playing the new Celestial faction that has been redesigned, rebuilt, this is Arma. Representing Korea, also currently playing in Korea's best tournament. I can't remember if he's made it into the best of four, the semifinals, but the semifinals are playing out this Friday. Cast by Control in Korean, if you speak Korean, and also cast by Bailmoth. He might be casting that live. It'll be in the middle of the night for me. I'm not sure if I'll watch it. But check it out, and you might see a few replay casted of me, by me rather, next week to check that out. I will pick some good games from that semifinal and finals series if I can find some, as Control shares the replays with us, and thank you to Control for doing that. We're getting the first scout in. And he's scouting out saying, hey, what's over here? It's a whole new world out here with the celestial buildings. We don't know what's going on, but we're going to learn. Grimmy heads home with the scout. Let's take a look. First of all, arc ships are grounded. They ground. They build prisms. Again, I think they weren't building prisms in the last patch. Prisms are just regular workers now. They're on the ground. They still don't need to return, which is still OP. I'm gonna balance wine for half a second. Look at them all mining from the mine all at the same time. Well, my little sad imps have to like walk back and forth and line up in little sad lines. It's just, I'm sure all 12 of them are perfectly efficient. Not like mine. I gotta micromanage. Okay,
a Stormgate will activate
wine over.
soon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I spent so much time in this cast whining about prisms, which kind of look cool, and I don't know why I need to be so grumpy about the prisms. What else do we have here? We have the Grace Light node and the Energizer nodes. Energizers are old power banks. Grace Lights are healing nodes that have the power of the Arc Ship, or something similar to the power of the Arc Ship. Something else I'm noticing about Stormgates is they start out white now, and then they fill up with the team color, maybe. I'm going to have to watch it a little bit more, but that's what I've noticed here, because we are seeing it fill up. We didn't have any tug of war there. We didn't have any blue action. Grimmy's just chilling at home. Where are you, Grimmy? You got nothing? He's got some Medtex and Exos. He's got a flat cannon. He's got a real nice SimCity here, and he's got extra command posts. He's got 2 command posts. Arma's on his way, and he's got a Faerun. What are you building over here? Another barracks. Okay. It's an interesting. The flat cannon on the top cannot hit, and the barracks gets taken out. That's gonna break the SimCity a little bit. We're gonna get overcharge. Grimmy might be in trouble right away here. I'm not sure. But Arma actually pulls back. The SimCity, I think, maybe did it, and the overcharge. Overcharged servos are basically Lancers. I think that's what I've heard. I haven't actually gone and looked at the numbers myself. They're really tough. They're good melee units, and, you know, servos really probably the best workers when it comes to fighting, because they can also heal themselves or get in a bunker and become a repair mat. There's lots of real benefits to the servos, not to mention that the overcharge gives them lots of stats. Lots of weird solar matrix going on over here. The flak turret, is it even firing? Like, oh, its range got reduced to 10. I forgot. That's one of the changes. Looks like Grimmy did a fairly good defense there. And Arma's going to pull back to the Wellspring and heal up. Let the Faerun also heal. So there's sort of double healing powers going here. There's been changes to the Faerun. She, I think her energy regen or her energy cost changed so that she uses more energy. And maybe the healing power itself got weaker. She got 2 changes if I remember, but they seemed reasonable. She was considered to be one of the most powerful units you can get, especially from tier 1. Argent going to do some scouting, and just in time to find our servos. Look at them all with their Therium. They're like, what should we do with our Therium while we're building? I know. Let's just bring it with us and carry it above our head. Very smart.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Stormgate on the way. And it looks like a big army from Arma rolling out. 40 supply lead, almost 30 supply lead. 34.
A Stormgate has appeared.
And Grimmy's sending some of his servos over. Grimmy's been in a base building kind of space. He's going to go do that while also dropping tanks. Okay, he's got a tank drop going on. He have 2? He's got 1 and a couple somethings in there. Let's go see what that is. Ooh. Fighting over the Stormgate. He's got 2 medtechs in there with the tank. There's just not a lot of fighting units. He's got a lot of medtechs. He's got a tank. Archangel comes, smashes down. Tank in the back there. The evac picks up the tank and gets sniped by the Argents. That was really nice. From Arma. In fact, this is so really nice. Oh, actually, here comes a Vulcan. Vulcans can be pretty good. They're punishing. They're a good way to get back in the game. And the Vulcan actually is going to help clean up here. But what do we have going on here? We have some Cabal showing up. The Faerun's still alive. Another Archangel showing up, landing on top. That's going to be... Oh, another Archangel too. This is bad news. Sky Hunters as well. Archangel going for the medtechs in the back, laying down some scorched earth, and we're just going to see a bunch of dead servos, I think, as well as Grimmy's. Yeah, all of the units go down. 1 Vulcan pops out of the back, but that's it. That's GG for Grimmy. All right, we're back at it. Once again, these 2 are Grimmy. And Arma already flew his Archship over here. Interesting. You can get the base from this far away, or you can get the collection array from this far away, and you can build the other. So he must have been practicing that a little bit. Now this is all new Celestial stuff. Look how fast those little bad boys fly. Why they gotta fly so fast too? Balance wine number 2 on deck. Whoa. Okay. Dial it back, Algo. Dial it back. Think about the map contest. Yes, there is a map contest going on. If you got a Google account, you can go vote on which map you think are the coolest. Check it out on the Discord. There are a few links on there. If you're just aching to play Stormgate for money against other players on custom maps, then go sign up on the challenge. I think we already have something like 10, 12 players signed up. I'm hoping to see more. Our prize pool right now is at about $200. It's gonna go up from there. Check it out. This tournament will be played out on Saturday. That's this coming Saturday, in about 4 or 5 days. It'll be cast by Beowulf, cast by myself, maybe even by Frank. Look at this! Prism's attack! And they body block. I'm trying to advertise my tournament. Can you guys please macro for a few minutes while I'm talking about the tournament? Yes, Beowulf will cast it on his channel on Twitch, which will be the primary stream. Myself, I will try and do secondary stream where I'll cast any of the matches that seem cool that are not going to be covered by Bale. And then Frank might also be doing that too. We might be doing 3 branches at once. So go check us out. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't checked out any of the early access tournaments, then you're going to have a lot of fun watching these tournaments. They are really exciting, especially when the meta's fresh like this. And we have some really great players who have been showcasing their skills all through the last year that will show up and play. And if you like that, there's tournaments all week. All week. In fact, if you're watching this on Wednesday, there is a tournament tonight that Beowulf is hosting himself. I will be probably there watching it with you in the Twitch chat.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
What's that? Stormgate? Stormgate announcer lady? I'm glad that she's not as loud as she was in the last patch. Another thing I'll mention is there's a Korean tournament going on, and Arma might be in the semis. I should go check the bracket. I actually haven't checked. But
Stormgate has appeared.
The Korean tournament is hosted by Control, and you can catch that also cast by Bayo in English, or Control in Korean if you speak Korean. Look at the Stormgate. It's white and it's filling up with blue this time. So I'm learning. I think there's something new about how the Stormgate visuals work. So yes, lots of tournaments in the future here. Also, of course, there's the ongoing Ariel Cup, which will be on Sunday. So we've got tournaments Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's going to be a lot of Stormgate being played now that the game's in release. And I hope that maybe not that aggressive cadence continues, but I hope that we continue to have lots of Stormgate tournaments to provide lots of fun content for y'all to watch. If you don't catch the tournament on Saturday, a lot of those VODs will probably end up on my YouTube next week, so you can check them out. So far, these two did what I asked, and they mostly macroed. So I got to advertise. Thank you for staying for my paid promotion. I'm kidding. No one paid me for any of this stuff. Not even YouTube. I just I'm not on that program yet. So I'm just doing this for fun because I love Stormgate, and I hope you guys love it too. One day, when Stormgate is the best RTS ever, I'm sure I will be living large on that internet money. That's the final dream. Earn that Stormgate pass to millionairedom. It's probably going to happen. That's the real reason why I started the YouTube channel. You guys all know that. Pure cashola. Okay, you guys, I asked you to macro. Now, let's see the action. Okay, I just sent Arma a text message and I said, can you move out? Can you please move out, Arma? And Arma was like, yo, I got you. I thought you were still talking about advertising. So, Arma's only got 2 free with him. But he's coming in. He's going to go striking for the sentry post. It pulls back just before getting it. I think he probably could have got that, but we got a couple servos on repair now. And that was pretty quick action from Grimmy, whose army was in a good position to defend. And there's a scout now saying, if you can harass, I can harass. And that scout goes
Dimensional
down.
rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Stormgate activates, but it's in this very awkward position. We do have a single Seraphim here. I wonder... Nope, the Seraphim is going... I was like, is the Seraphim going to go for the Stormgate? Because Seraphim got
A Stormgate
Buff.
has appeared.
buffed against the Stormgates. But this Seraphim's coming home. I'm coming home. Good harass there, but didn't quite get the collection array. Collection array, as I mentioned earlier, they got changed. They are free to build now. But to build them, you have to land an arc ship next to the array. If I remember it correctly. They also got their HP nerfed. They're down to 600. Makes them easier to snipe. That one's still alive, though. Oh, here we go, here we go. Boop. Pop. Okay, not so much alive anymore. Let's see. Oh, immediately recast. Now, it's not mining right now. But it was immediately recast. This is an Arc Fortress. Looks kind of badass. I like the new look. Hey, Arc Fortress. How you doing? How you doing? Pretty cool, actually. I just like a lot more team color on the shoulder pads there. I assume those are shoulder pads. I'm not really sure about the celestial anatomy. It lands down and it's like, oh no! I should have stayed in the air. But actually it survives, and it's Hornets Galornits. I just made that up. I hope you like that. Hornets Galornits. And are they going to be enough? The Archangels jump down and put some serious punishment down on those Vulcans. Vulcans go down, but the Archangels are picked off, and now it's just Argents versus Medtech Hornet. And Hornets are pretty good, but not against this many Argents, although luckily many of those Argents are low and more Hornets are streaming in. It's kind of a weird battle to put your Hornets against these Argents. But as the Argents are focus firing down the Medtechs there, the Hornets were able to pick off a lot of those weak Argents, and in fact almost all the Argents now are going to go down. Big boy Archangel pulls up and is like, yeah, fight me. No, literally fight me. The Hornets have six in their squadron now. Ah! The Archangel keeps turning to fight them, but I think 6 Hornets might be enough to take on Archangels. I don't know. Archangel kills some dogs. That's not cool, dude. It's kind of douchebag kind of thing to do. But there, the Archangel finally gets taken down, and there are some scouts here that are killing prisms, so I guess they're kind of jerks as well. And now it looks like it's free reign on prisms. Archangel comes in. I'll defend you. Actually, 2 swipes kills a Hornet. I love that. Oh, wow. That's so cool to know. 2-shotting Hornets. A lot of dead prisms over here. And more dying. And this is kind of a weird battle where we've just had Hornets streaming in. Now, Hornets are like super good units, but they're also, you can't just kind of mass them up at the beginning of the game or you're probably dead. So if you're a Vanguard player, you probably know this better than I do, which is if you can get up to Hornets so that you can get this kind of play where you really have air superiority and there's almost nothing that your opponents can do to combat that, then to get there you really have to survive through the early game somehow. And at least Grimmy has been able to do that here. And is sort of making this work. He's got Medtech showing up on the ground, which are of course going to help with nanoswarms. But otherwise it's been mostly Hornet here. And again, cleaning out pretty much all the anti-air that Arma's been able to bring to bear. We've got vectors being added now too, and they're supposed to be a good answer. It's interesting because the Hornets kind of counter almost anything that counters them. Not in a hard counter kind of way, but they just have such great DPS, and you can focus fire with them that almost any kind of anti-air, especially if it's air-based anti-air, the Hornets can do really well. This Arc Fortress now is going to get chased down by the Hornets before eventually going down, I think. Pop! Boom. And what that's going to mean is no more tier 3, so I think that means no more Archangels. And now actually ground army showing up as well. There's a Vulcan being mixed in. I think that's testament to Grimmy just sort of gaining an upper hand here. One thing we'll notice is Grimmy's on 4 bases, and actually Arma has GG. Alright, welcome back. This is going to be game number 3 between these two. We've got a 1 game each so far. We might as well have a rubber match, right? Figure out how this goes. And in fact, on the ladder, these 3 games were played in sequence. And I was like, scoop them up. That looks like a good series right there. Probably has some good games in it. Right now, we're seeing kind of the opening that ARM has developed here with the Celestials, which is he immediately lifted off and flew his arc ship over here. And then that allowed him to build a second array and a second arc ship. The second array builds for free, the second arc ship not. But this allows him to do double prism production and get saturated up real quickly. Now Grimmy's also saying, let's just go eco. No racks yet. Just straight into a base, and some more servos popped out. Now we're getting a barracks. Prism production. Where are they headed? To go get some Therium? You know, how much do I need to balance flying out? Don't gotta drop off their Therium anywhere. That's cool. That's cool. You know what that means is you could be mining Therium from here, or you could be mining Therium from here, or you could be mining Therium from here. Or here's something even better. You know how wisps work in Warcraft 3, or how overlords work in StarCraft? There should be a prism at every single one of these Therium patches around the map. Heck, you should even send some prisms over here that are just going to be annoying and steal Therium and scout on your opponent's base. I think people should try that. How much are the prisms? 50? I know they probably got changed with the recent patch. So is a 50 Luminite scout worth it? Is that better than sending scanners on the map? I think so, because they mine Ethereum. So that was my theory crafting of things we might be able to do with these cool new prisms. We'll see if that meta evolves or something like that happens. Sometimes folks are like, I don't want to risk my units that way. But other times when the meta starts evolving, people are like, hey, that is kind of useful. I've seen folks do that at the beginning of early access, even with the old
Stormgate
prisms.
will activate soon.
Instead of scanning at the beginning of the map, they would just send one of their accelerated prisms with that like speedy movement across the map and harvest some Therium and come back and just steal 50 Therium and use it as a scouting opportunity. We'll see if something like that
A Stormgate
comes
has
back.
appeared.
Grimmy's going for the Stormgate. And at the moment, it looks like Arma is not. No, Arma is now moving out. Doesn't have much. Hey, there's one of those new scanners. Scanners don't fly anymore. They're only on the ground. But they can perch, I think. I didn't see who won. It looks like Grimmy wins. Of course, he was the one doing most of the damage. And he gets a Creeping Horror. And they do a small area of effect, splash damage, with a slow effect as well. And sploosh. See, we see as the Argents get slowed down there after that attack. Uh-oh. Prism's turn to attack. Everyone forgets, but Prisms fight too. So does the scanner. I didn't even know scanners had an auto attack. But the scanner came and at least tanked a bit. And that meant every Exo just got chased down by vectors. This is not looking good for Grimstar. Another Exo gonna go down. Ooh, my bad. And we're seeing some sentry posts go up. There is luckily one already up. Exos are bravely going to the forward to try and engage with the vectors. But the vectors are getting the upper hand here. Killing the Exos. We got one sentry post down there. We got a flat cannon now. Sentry post gets sold or destroyed. It's not clear here. And Servo's just kind of, yeah, they're all just getting poked away and poked at, and they're going to die. I think Grimmy was gathering his Exos up, which he now has 5. That should be enough to at least push that army off. Maybe not. Actually, I lied, because looks like those vectors, there's enough vectors that will really just pop Exos. And Grimmy's been doing pretty good with that sentry post, but I imagine if it was like here. The thing is, here it's a little more exposed, but here it can hit that low ground a bit. It might be able to hit that ramp a little better. Arma pulling back, but with almost double the supply. More vectors showing up. I think if Arma is able to capture another Stormgate, maybe able to finish this off. And when I say another Stormgate, I mean Arma didn't gather the first Stormgate, or didn't capture it. It was Grimmy with the Creeping Horror. And that did not win him the game. That didn't work out for him. He lost a lot of Exos after that. Arc ship taking off and heading off to do another one. Is that our second? Yes, we only have 2 arc ships. Look at this, 11 prisms over here just being like murdering the Ethereum. 8 prisms here. Definitely
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate
afford
will
a few
activate
prisms
soon.
to go around the map. I think that's something that's worth trying if you're a Celestial player. Because the benefit of it too is you won't mine out the Ethereum in your base so fast. For instance, there's probably more prisms here than there are patches, and that's going to mean that now some of those prisms aren't mining at all. Vectors just are destroying this. The Grimmy was not able to even get over here, and now actually, whoa, Exos are like, what happened to us? We're dead. Vile Lurker pops out too. That's really bad news for Grimmy. He's got 3 medtechs here. That, like, is that all his army is right now? So that's super bad news for him. Arma just needs to, like, go kill now. Although most of his army is vectors, and they're not exactly a move units. You know? Like, what's he got going on over here? He's got 2 scanners. There's, like, just 2 scanners chilling. Does he have a scanner over here? No. I'm like, his scanners has he used them? And here we go. Boom. Now he's got a scanner up in the tree. He's put 2 scanners over there just so he's got lots of good vision. Is that another scanner in the army? This guy's going scanner crazy. Armors just loves the scanners today. Like, dude, oh wow. Add 5 sabers to that mix too. And here comes an arc station. As well as some power banks. What are they for? I don't know. We'll see. Vile Lurker. Boom. We had a system shock there. So Grimmy runs back and forth real fast, because that's what you do when you system shock. You get speedy legs, and you should be like, zippity-doo-dah. And wow. The siege damage right now, the Vile Lurker plus 5 sabers just punishing this command post here. It's gone. Single Hornet out. The Hornet did their business last time, but I think this is part of what I was saying. You kind of need to survive long enough to get them up. And Grimmy decides, no, that's a GG.